Fuck the media posing as experts. Fuck the radio, fuck the television networks. I'm not apologizing, I don't care what the cost is. Go ahead, corporations, you can take back your endorsements. Fuck the media posing as.
This is Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org here in Berlin, Germany, and I am joined by R.A The Rugged Man, rapper, filmmaker, writer. You do so many damn things, but I have to say, I love the song Media Midgets. Like, it was amazing. Like, it definitely resonated with me in so many different ways. But I'm just wondering, what went into that process? Like, why did you make that music video?
Well, the music video was a kid, Doug Quill, on the West Coast. He heard the album, and he said, "That's your best song on your album." And I said, well, it's you know, it has a big message, but he said, no, listen, and he sent me this treatment with these midgets and all this crazy stuff going on. And I'm like, you know, this is kind of a serious record. Is that, you know, all this weird, colorful, Mad Max type of sick, weird world, does that make any sense? And I kind of trusted him, and we went with it. And then while we were kind of going through the production and the making of it, I understood exactly where he was going from. And then when we had it on the editing table together, I said, "Wow, this kid's a genius. This is he did good for this one." Yeah. So it's one of my most elaborate videos. It looks like you know, and you know, you don't got to be so direct when you're speaking in the song. You don't have to, you know, just put exactly what's on the record in the video. You could put different visuals to say the same thing, you know? So I thought he was really smart with that. Yeah.
Fuck the television networks. You could murder me before I let you take control. My mind is my own and I trust in my soul.
Uncommon Valor was also like a very highly political song that also resonated a strong message against the military. What kind of is your political philosophy or political background that makes you want to like speak out about these things?
Well, Uncommon Valor is a true story 100%. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my father, Staff Sergeant John A. Thorburn, he was a highly decorated war hero in Nam, and they used to send him in to fly into missions and take injured soldiers back out and, you know, rescue on all these secret rescue missions. But, you know, obviously, like, you know, they were spraying chemicals all over the crops and, you know, killing the foliage and sending the troops, the American troops, their own people, into these, you know, infested areas with these deadly chemicals. So they sent my father in mission after mission, and there were 6 documented ones that he was definitely on, 100%. But there was more than that. But the 6 documented that the government agreed to. So what happened is he came back from the war. He got injuries. You know, he was shot down. Thought he was okay though. You know, few injuries. Spent 6 months in a body cast. But then what happened is, you know, quite a few years later, his daughter Deanne was born. She couldn't walk or talk. And he said, oh, 1 in a million. They still didn't know the Agent Orange, right? Then my sister, who was my older sister, who was healthy, she had a kid. You want me to go into detail of this? Okay. She had a kid that was born. And, you know, my sister was healthy, my older sister, but then her son ended up dying at 6 months old, and his whole body failed. It like seemed healthy when it was born, then three weeks in it was less healthy, and it was something called Werner-Hoffman syndrome. So now there was his daughter, my father's daughter was born, couldn't walk or talk. Then his grandson was born, died at 6 months old. And then, you know, a few years after that, Max was born, and they said, oh, it's a 1 in a million what Dee Dee has. Then Max was born, he couldn't walk, talk, or see. He was blind as well. So, and he, you know, they were microcephalic, they had cerebral palsy, they had, you know, everything on the planet that you could name was born with him. He passed away in 2001. Dee Dee passed away in 2007. Vincent passed away in 1991. So there's 3 of the children died, you know, from this deadly chemical that was sprayed on the soldiers. So not only was the soldiers, you know, their own lives at risk, now their children and their grandchildren, and you know, that's what had happened, you know. So you know, that's part of you know, being a soldier. You go over there and you never know what the American government's spraying on you, on their own kind.
Orange, 2 of my kids born handicapped, spastic, quadriplegia, microcephalic, cerebral palsy, cortical blindness, name it, they had it. My son died, he ain't live, but I still try to think positive, cause in life, God take, God give.
And they lied and they manipulated the situation, just screwed over a bunch of veterans. And now the same company who made Agent Orange is also genetically modifying our food right
exactly
now.
what's going on. Yeah,
and
yeah.
working with our government, inside our government with lobbyists.
Yep,
which is just insane.
Yep. And the other thing, what they did is my father, he was one of them proud soldiers because that was his job. And you know, it's not, oh, what mission are you doing, for who, and what's the purpose of the mission? No, his job was, I'm a soldier, I go in there, I rescue my people, I do that. That was his mentality. Yeah. So when he came home, he still had the American pride where it was like, you know, my government is paid for my medical, they're giving me my monthly check and this and that. So when they found out that the children was, you know, the cause of the Agent Orange chemical, they said, okay, we have this money in the pipeline for veterans affected by Agent Orange. They offered him $2,200 for 4 years in a row. And he, yeah, sounds great. You know, he's broke, living off of his monthly check. So he took 88, so his payment for having 3 deceased children was $8,800. You know, and they're taking care of the old man. And he also, then what happened is my father had advanced throat cancer, which people say, oh, that was Agent Orange related, which I can't say that for sure because he was a heavy smoker. He smoked weed, he smoked Camel cigarettes, 2 packs, you know. But, you know, they said that a lot of later cases of cancer came through the Agent Orange, but he passed away through cancer-related things that a lot of people say might have been Agent Orange as well.
So it's probably a lot of personal things that like made you politically aware, that woke you up to the kind of real world that we're living in. Because when you look at like pop culture and mainstream media and entertainment, it seems like they're showing a totally different dichotomy than what we're actually living in right now. So would you say being affected personally helped you wake up politically?
You know what, see, here's the thing, is also being in the entertainment industry, because you see how fake and how mass marketed product is to the world that isn't the gifted product, that isn't the talent, that isn't this, and it's like, oh look, this is a great new product that you must have. So young in the game, being 18, 19 years old, seeing that kind of was like, wow, they manipulate the public. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about it on a political scale. I knew on an entertainment scale, like, wow, that's what they do. But then when I started paying attention to American politics, I go, well, you know, I'm 19 years old, 20 years old, and I see, wow, they're telling the people, the same way they're marketing music and garbage entertainment is the same way they're marketing and brainwashing the public with everything. You know, they're telling you, this politician is who you need to vote for. Mm-hmm. This piece of clothing is what you need to buy. This is the movie of the week that needs the weekend numbers that you must see, or you're not cool, you're square, you're not, you know, you must see this. This is the piece of music that you must obtain to be part of our society this weekend. You must have it the day it drops. And it's every piece of information. This is the food you got to eat. This is the boom, is the spoon feeding the public. And then what happens is, just like music or entertainment, the masses follow it. They go, oh, that's what we need. That's what we need. They don't even know that they're being manipulated or brainwashed. Yep. They just follow. Like, you know, it's a cliche to say, but the sheep, and it's true. The sheep follow. Tell the sheep what you want them to buy, who you want them to worship, and that's what the sheep do. And yeah, so it started off small, just seeing it on an entertainment scale. But I didn't know it was the whole entire civilization and society, in every department. Yep. You know. And
they're definitely doing it right now, very politically, with saying Hillary Clinton is going to win in 2016. But going back a little bit, do you think that's why a lot of hip hop is not conscious like it was before? Do you think that's maybe one of the reasons why the mainstream is kind of shunning away anybody who's giving any alternative views, who's making people think differently than what they're, you know?
Well, you just brought up Hillary. They want her to be the president. Yeah. So look at the attention. Like, you go to Yahoo or Google or whatever the news stories comes up, and it'll be like, look, Hillary is going to save the gender gap in the pay, and she's going to help women all get. It's like, that's actually the headline. That's not you know, some kind of propaganda. That's the headline from a writer that's actually saying that this is what she can do for you. Like, you're Yahoo, and you are giving propaganda to the people, and they read that and see the positive about Hillary. Not that she's some snake fake whore bitch. You know, it's like, this is you know, but what happens is, then you go on the Twitters and you go on every single blog piece and you go, oh, this woman will help equality. Not all the evil, dreadful things that she's done and that she plans on doing. It's like, now we're going to use the equality and the female vote to get this wicked witch into office.
Exactly.
You know?
So they implant the images of like, look, she's already in there.
She's a woman like you.
Won. But like Bernie Sanders or Rand Paul, like, oh wait, they're obviously going to lose. So they're already setting their narrative, so they're manipulating people. People already have it in their mind, like, okay, Hillary is the clear front runner. She has to win. And everybody
But
else
she is going to win. She is going to win because Americans are stupid. You know why? Because it's a popularity contest. It's who's popular in high school. And just like they said, whoever sells the most fucking Halloween masks to Halloween before the election, it wins the election. It's like whoever's the popular figure. So you know, that's why when Barack was running and I said, yo, he's the most famous fucking human being on the planet Earth. You think he's beatable in any way? Plus, add $1.5 billion campaign on top of that. But Hillary is a famous celebrity, publicity. The world knows her. Yeah. And she will win because of that.
Exactly. It makes no sense at all. And then when you look at social media and Google search of people looking at, candidates and news coverage, it's usually the same. But right before the major elections, right before Barack Obama got in, Ron Paul was getting all the media attention online, and all the media articles were following suit. And then out of nowhere, the media started talking all
Ron
about
Paul,
out of nowhere,
exactly.
just totally ignored Ron Paul.
Well, then you saw what they did is they all the Republican nominations, they wouldn't even have him on the top 3 or 4. They ignored him. They pretended like he didn't exist. It was Mitt Romney, who was the cowboy, Rick, boom, boom, boom. It was those fuckers. Yeah. And Ron Paul, actually doesn't want to go to war. He's not going to play your game, so they shut him down.
Exactly. So are you going to be voting in 2016?
It depends what options I have. Yeah. Let's see who they bring to the table. It depends. They say you got to vote regardless, but it depends. What if there's no fucking body to vote for at all? I don't know what to do with See, here's the thing. America has a lot of smart people on the planet, and when all they do is give us the world's stupidest lying son of you get a Bush, you get a Clinton, you get a Barack Obama, you get another Bush, you get another Clinton. And that's the best America has to offer? Yeah. That's our leaders? Like, out of all the brilliant, surgeons and doctors and lawyers and incredible people, or just brilliant minds in America, they give us these fucking little farts, these little brain, like these nobody, ignorant people who just are in bed with them, who play the game with them.
Yeah, the same political whores that sold out to all the corporations that keep giving them money, that they could buy PR, that they could buy all the media, they could buy all the news, and that's how they get in, because they manipulate the whole freaking system.
And that's what it is. It's the same thing as a record label. Yeah. on a way bigger, more dangerous scale, where like, okay, an Interscope, owns this network, owns this magazine, is connected in bed with this person. So then all of a sudden you have Lil Wayne on the cover of every magazine. He's the greatest rapper alive, because it's a manipulation game. But this is on a small one. Who gives a fuck if somebody thinks Lil Wayne's good and makes him millions of dollars? Who gives a fuck about that? What they do is they do the same thing on a way billion dollar scale, where they brainwash the public to say this is the politician that we must have, and then they all make money off of the same shit. Yeah.
Perception is reality, and that's exactly how they manipulate the whole system, by perceiving like, okay, Hillary's gonna win, Lil Wayne's the best rapper, even though all that is bullshit. All that is bullshit. But I'm happy you brought it back to the music industry, because there's a lot of talk online about the Illuminati and the music industry. I really wanted to know your thoughts on it, because there seems to be two different perspectives.
They're wannabes. That's the truth. They're all wannabes.
Yeah. So like, people say that people just want to pretend and have that perception, like, we're powerful, we're part of the elite, so we're gonna use the symbols, use the kind of terminology. That's
what it is.
Or people say it's actually controlled by the Illuminati and all that. I was wondering what your perspective
you think the Illuminati gives a fuck about Lady Gaga or Azealia Banks but what happens is, it's like these fake wannabe rappers or singers, the same way they used to do the mafia thing back in the day, like, yo, I'm the mafia, I'm Gotti, and I'm this guy, and I'm that guy. That's the same thing, like, yo, check out my one eye stance, and and Jay-Z, blah, 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 like, these guys are cornballs, man, But the thing is, here's the thing, then what they do is they promote the shit out of the Illuminati imagery, promote the shit out of it, like a Jay-Z, and then he'll act shocked and surprised, call me Illuminati. Yeah, everything you do is a fucking Illuminati image.
Yeah.
So why are you acting like it's not?
Yeah.
Or the satanic imagery and all of this stuff. It's like, you know, I don't know. See, that's the thing is, like I said in Media Midgets, you know, you rappers are more like crooked politicians because it's the same thing. They manipulate their fan base the way politicians manipulate the public to keep them buying the records the same way to keep them voting. They give them what they want, tell them what they want, tell boom, boom, boom. It's the same game. And it's a simple game, you know? If you're selling a shitty car, you tell the world it's a great car, you could still sell the car. You know, it's the same game as any business, you know what I mean? Tell them the pizza's the best in town. Oh, the best pizza, you know, and then the friend, the best pizza, you know. Okay.
Even though it's shit.
Yeah.
And really, all of the main people in the kind of top line, the elite society, are really just used car salesmen.
Yeah, exactly what they are.
When are we going to learn? That's the last, you know, kind of like pinpoint that I want to get to you. When are we going to learn? When are people going to say like, hey, that car's a fucking lemon?
Historically, the human race has been followers from the beginning. You get a couple leaders, you get a couple con men, and then you get the people that follow, and they never learn. I mean, look at history, and empires crumble over and over and over again from people following assholes. So I don't think all of a sudden everyone's going to be enlightened and we're all going to be, no, because you always have these asshole leaders and a bunch of ignorant sheep following the asshole leaders to destruction. Yeah. That's just
Can it change?
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Any time in the future, I'm not so sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. I mean, you know, you can change and enlighten certain people.
Yeah.
You know, I think as a whole, society is always going to kind of be a little bit misguided and blinded and not really care about truth. But, you know, I guess the job, like a person like you, is to enlighten as many people as you can. You know, enlighten them. But as far as a major movement, it's going to be a tough one for you.
WeAreChange is one of those organizations that I believe you have to actually be doing something to join.
Elites coming together in secret to consolidate power, just like the Bilderberg Group. Do you have an opinion on them?
I don't even think they come together in secret. You know, I think the New World Order is something that's deliberate and it's in the public. I do think that there's certain parts of it that are in secret simply because